that
Yeah.
In honor of Wombat.
Yes, Wombat, we miss you,
Wombat.
man. Yes, a seismic shift has occurred in the Trump administration's new defense spending plan when it comes to the U.S. Air Force Airborne Early Warning and Control predicament, which is currently it's the E-3, right? What do they call it? The AWACS. That's right. So it's an older airplane. Yeah, it's an older airplane. They're still building the E-2. You know, the proposed replacement is the E-7 Wedgetail, which is a 7.3 that they're still building with the big radar on top. There's a picture. So it looks like major term events came to light today as Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the U.S. Air Force, General John Kane, and Brian, can't pronounce his name.
Wollicott.
Yeah, they testified before Senate Appropriations Committee.
We don't need to read it. Here's the deal. They're going to replace 2 airplanes with a Navy airplane. Good luck.
E-2. Yes, they're going to replace it with the E-2, the advanced Hawkeye. But, well, I mean, I imagine the Air Force one will be even better than the D.
So the Air Force E-2 Hawkeye is going to have a probe and drogue air refueling system?
It looks that way.
If it refuels at all, because the E-2C, right, did not refuel.
Good luck, boys.
Yeah, the E-2, yeah. So the latest model, the E-2, is the only one that has the refueling capability. I don't know.
Well, Skid, I mean, that's a good point, but helicopters in the Air Force refuel off of C-130s.
That's true. Yeah, good point.
You know,
Thank you.
That's not, I mean.
But, okay.
Put a Mepper's pod off the end, off the side.
So I don't.
It'll be funny to see an E-2 Hawkeye painted up with Air Force colors. That's going to be funny.
Wombat's not going to like this.
I know. I wish he was on here because I'd ask him. But Mover, have you ever had E-2 control?
No.
You've had AWACS control though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
It's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had one time we brought one of the, I think it's Air Wing Fallon. I don't know. The AWACS came out and they were like, all right, hey, this event, you guys are going to have Air Force AWACS control. And it was pretty to me. I was like, man, like I want some AWACS. It was pretty eye-watering. Now, I can't remember if we had E-2Ds, if we had like the newer E-2s, because that was a while ago, but I would just be a little concerned with the capability difference. Not only just like not necessarily even the radar, but I mean, you're talking about a slower moving turboprop against a big wing jet, you know, that can get really high, stay up there for a long time, can get places rather quickly. I mean, you know, if you need an AWACS at some location that's thousands of miles away and you need it there now, you know, turboprop's not the best.
Are they still making them? Is that why we're doing this? Are they buying new ones? Are they repurposing?
I'm pretty sure they're still making them. Yeah.
No, you're going to have to, Gonky, you have to forward deploy them to the Pacific region or Europe.
That's what I'm saying. There's just there is a large performance gap between big wing jet powered airplanes and turboprops. You know,
can't tinker.
Like Swiss, right? They use that. Saab has created their little AWACS with the ESA on top. That's what they do, right? And they took the business jet, they put the ESA on top, and that's what it is. I am surprised nobody, especially with our relationship with Saab and the T7, no one said, well, why don't we, you know, if we can't build this, why don't we do something else? Well, why don't we buy one?
I mean, it also depends what the mission is, right? So the E-2 is great for the Navy because it's you know, Air Force planning is always like much larger scale. You know, we only have a finite amount of resources in one carrier air group. So the exercises and the missions and stuff that we would plan in the Navy were much smaller. So the E-2 fit. I see maybe some potential problems in the very large scale stuff the Air Force does with a twin engine turboprop. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but isn't there a Gulfstream version of like
that's what I'm saying? That's the Saab. That's the Saab. They put the ESA, the big.
That's a turboprop though.
No,
it's a jet.
No,
Oh, is it?
It's a Gulfstream.
Is that
jet,
the
yeah.
one, the mover? Is that the one that's at Tucson now?
Hold on. Saab AWACS. It is called the Global Eye. It is a multi-domain, have a 340, and that's
Yeah,
the one
because-
that they allegedly shot down.
Got down, right?
But they also, for their elite customers,
Oh no.
have
Okay.
have this bad boy right here,
Yeah.
the Global Eye,
Right.
active and passive sensors.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that the
what I
one?
was
Is that
thinking
based
of.
in
That's
Tucson now?
That's what I'm surprised they didn't buy.
Right. Right. I just think there's a like in just sheer airplane performance, man. There's some that airplane there can go someplace far away right now, like at speed.
Well, unless it's just a stopgap. You know, if
Mhm.
the E-2 is a stopgap to emerging tech that they know they won't need to.
Yeah. And like anything, you know, the government may change its mind,
No,
right?
no way.
They start diving into this, and they determine, hey, we've got F-47 coming on, we got these autonomous wingmen and whatever.
Right.
We need the our AWACS is going to be trending its way to the back of the strike package. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it can't keep up, right? So I don't know.